my fair lady.
Below us lies the ruins of the legendary city of Izalith. There, the molten giant watches over the flame of chaos. Our fair lady and Mistress Quelaag fled from the ruins. I do not know the details, and I do not ask.
Thank you for my egghead. Hey everybody, welcome back. You can see we have our beautiful mug of the horror back in normal. I actually used up an egg vermifuge, which is the item that reverses your egghead if you end up getting one. I forgot to record and I went into the boss door and then I realized what happened. So I stopped recording. I'd already used the egg vermifuge up, so unfortunately you didn't get to see the egg disappear off of our head, but I hope the previous bonus video I'll have uploaded by now is entertaining enough to make up for that. I will maybe let myself get infected by another egg bearer just so that I can show you what it looks like. It's essentially, I mean, when you see, you know, the egg transform, or when you grow it and then when it transforms, you get kind of like this little bits of egg shards pop off of your head. That's pretty much all that you missed, except the egg just kind of magically disappears off of your face, and you can see your head again, and it's good times. So yeah, I did actually hop off the cliff because the summon for this fight is very good at fighting this boss, surprisingly. So I think he might have even killed the Iron Golem right here by himself, so I had to throw myself off the cliff. I couldn't use a homeward bone because he was summoned in, so yeah, but right here, before we actually enter the boss fog, we can see the Iron Golem. Take a look at him. Weigh him up. He's just standing stoically, a silent sentinel, and he's the final test of Sun's Fortress. If we can defeat him, then that's our way forward into Anor Londo. And right here we have Iron TARKUUUUUUS, Black Iron TARKUUUUUUS. This guy is incredible. Like I said, I had to throw myself off the cliff because this guy was doing so well on his own. I hadn't touched the Iron Golem, and I mean, he's well known as one of the best phantoms in the game for that reason. TARKUUUUUUS is just he's the top rung of summonable phantoms. He's some good stuff. He's a little distracted here though. He's constantly looking off to the side. I don't know what that's about. Maybe he has his helmet on sideways. He doesn't even need to see. Or maybe he's admiring the intricate masonry and stonework of Sun's Fortress. Who knows? Either way. Alright, let's do I have everything I need? I got everything I need. Let's go on in. So, Iron Golem. Got a big axe. Swings the thing so hard, he just sends like compressed air at you and it explodes whenever it hits the surface, so kind of want to watch out for that. It's got a little bit of ranged capacity there. Really though, not that bad of a boss, as you're seeing from the health here. He's already toppling. I don't think we're even going to be able to show up much off. I'm going to back off. Because something about this boss, if you hit him in the legs enough, if you do enough damage, he topples, he falls over. And gravity does apply to the Iron Golem, so if you knock him off in the right area, he'll just straight up fall off the ledge and die. Here we'll see a little bit of punishment to Iron TARKUUUUUUS. Get a little bit of that moveset going on. He has a grab attack, but he missed it before. Hi there. It's a very slow plotting boss. I mean, look at this. I'm barely even contributing. Tarkus has got this down. Maybe not entirely down, but I mean, pretty damn down. Oh. The one time I go and I miss. And that's it. Core of an Iron Golem. Way to go, Tarkus. You rock 'em, man. Jeez Louise. And you see we got 40,000 souls. Bit of an upgrade from the last couple bosses we've been getting souls from. And that's entirely because of the egg. The egg was eating up, I read it up, 50% of our souls. So from here on out, we probably have quite a bit of catching up to do on the topic of souls. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get too far through Orlando, so I actually want to do something. Because I've kind of established, like, we missed patches in the Catacombs, and I was sort of waiting for him. There's no reason for me really to wait anymore and hold off on doing the Catacombs, other than, you know, travel time, but I'll cut that out. So we're gonna head back down there. We'll take care of the boss of the Catacombs and do the summon down there, and then you know, we'll see where it goes from there. We'll be definitely going to Orlando after that, but I do want to take care of at least the first section of the Catacombs, finish up exploration there, you know, the general stuff. And I almost died. Alright. Okay, since this is probably the best opportunity for us to rest at a bonfire, I'm gonna level up right here. So we're in Andre's neighborhood. Oh no, wait. Faith? Do I want that much faith? Oh, we'll just keep it that way. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find some use for that faith. Endurance, vitality. Let's get up vitality up to 20. Like 30 or 40 is like, I don't know, 40 might even be too much, but 30 is probably like optimal level. But 20 is like the bare minimum, I'd say. I can work with 20. Maybe 25 if we want to play it safe, but we have so much that we want to invest into strength and faith that yeah, so. Alright, Catacombs time. Hey, so since we're in the neighborhood, why don't we talk to Logan now that he's back in Firelink? There he is in the corner, meditating under his big hat. Let's talk to Grigg, see what he has to say.
Oh, hello again. I was waiting to tell you. Master Logan has returned, and he tells me that he has you to thank. Well, we are both in your debt now. Thank you, sincerely. He's just over there. Go along and have a chat.
Okay, well, let's check you first.
Oh, hello. I appreciate the attention, but you really should speak to Master Logan. That will certainly do you more good.
Okay. Well, we can still purchase items from him. Grigg's gonna stay here for a decent while. I believe at least until we purchase all of his items here. The rings, the sorceries. So he's gonna stick around for quite a while.
Have you spoken to Master Logan? He is an accomplished scholar. The arts of sorcery would never have come this far without his contributions. And he has the nerve to go risking life and limb. What a stubborn old fellow.
Yep.
Have you spoken to Master... He is an and he...
That's all he's got.
Goodbye then. Do stay safe.
Alright, let's talk to Logan then.
Hello there. I was expecting you. As promised, I will share my sorceries. I'm afraid that you are unable to learn sorcery. The basic framework, you see, it cannot be taught. Oh, do not fret. Life isn't all about sorcery. You will find your own way. Don't frown with regret. Peer forward, with your head high.
I love that moment of, you're not smart enough to learn my sorceries.
Hello there. Glad to see you alive.
So he doesn't have anything for us really. We're gonna need to up our intelligence more if we want to talk to Logan seriously about magic. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be investing in that for this build. Maybe I'll invest a little bit. I forget what the limit is before he actually will talk to you legitimately. But I think later on he'll talk to you regardless. We'll see about that.
Hello.
Because he does have some important plot stuff to say later on, but for now it's really just he's here for the sorceries, and if we're not smart enough to take that stuff, then he has really no reason to speak with us on the topic.
Oh, hello there. You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
Oh, no. No.
I see. I suppose I was mistaken. In any case, I definitely trust you. Apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
I'm sorry, Laurentius. Sometimes the truth can hurt you more than it's worth.
My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog. In this land, pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Izalith, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end.
Yeah.
Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it.
So he'll keep asking us about this spectacular pyromancy. I believe if we tell him of it, it'll lead to the end of his quest line, and I'm sorry, I may not show off absolutely everything possible in this playthrough. Some things you guys are gonna have to figure out on your own. I'm not against sad endings, but I feel like this one is so easy to avoid that I don't want to give it to him.
I see. Apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
Yeah.
Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
Alright, we're back in the Catacombs now, so, I mentioned this very briefly in episode 13.5, but I'm just gonna bring it up again, since we're using the club again. Club weapons in general, inherently have the jump attack to them. It's not something unique to the reinforced club, the normal club does the same thing. I'm talking about this. Oh, hi there. Excuse me. Now, let me complete my thought. This. You go straight into the jump attack without actually having to tap forward. It's more or less identical. Your strong attack is just a jump attack all the time. So I'm gonna rest at this bonfire to be safe, so I don't have to make the long trek back in case we do die. But yeah, any club type weapon. Mace weapons doesn't work for. Mace weapons, you've got this attack. You do have a jump attack if you flick it that way, but yeah, it's unique to the club weapons. Because you see, even with the great club, two hands, very, very bulky jump attack, but same idea. So that's out of the way. But yeah, nice little shortcut here. Once you've flipped this platform, you can just drop straight from the very top of the catacombs and get down here nice and quick. But we've already explored more or less everything in the upper section. Only stuff we're missing is really the very deep down area of the catacombs. We've even been through this very easy to tell sort of breakable wall back here. We got the Dark Moon Seance Ring? Yeah. Through there, and then that's also the way that we got Tranquil Walk of Peace down that way. So we're gonna head through here the normal way. I think we dropped down here last time through one of the weird side paths, or one of the pitfalls in the ground. I'll let him take care of these guys. Oh! One more of them I didn't see. Oh, now I'm getting poked. Okay, some interesting things we have to do. I may actually want to clear out some of this area before I get our summon going. That's going to be the last thing I do. We'll be summoning the Phantom of this area last, because there are some important things that take precedent. So, okay. So we went along this way. We made it this far, yeah. Got some skeletons. Plunge attack one. Works out. And, see, the only thing is if you don't have a little space between you and your enemy, you really can't strong attack them against the wall, because your chances are moderately likely it's gonna end with you like further than you want to be. Also, you see these two very sort of ajar pieces of ground in this little tomb room. Tomb room leads down to this guy. One of the nastier Black Knights. This guy is wielding the Black Knight Great Axe. Very heavy, very powerful. One of the favored weapons, really, in the game. People like this thing a lot. Let me switch out to my mace plus 10, because we don't have to worry about the whole undead resurrection thing on this guy. We just want to rock him with some raw damage. That attack where he kind of swings the axe, like slides it across the ground, you can parry that if you time it right. Feels really good to parry it, but we didn't do it. We got some white chunk titanite chunk from that, and that's really all that's down here. Just an opportunity to kill a one-time spawn Black Knight. There's a chance you can get his great axe and of course his shield, as with all of them. And now we have a conundrum on our hands. These are bone wheel skeletons. You can see there's 4 of them down there. If we try and drop down there right now, we will probably die. Let's see if Gravelord Sword Dance helps us at all here. And it doesn't, because it's only based on our current geography. Anything else we can do? Can I force them? No, I can't. Well, there's only one rolling now. See, the thing is they'll correct their aim to go after you. You see, they turn pretty well. They can turn on almost on a dime. So we kind of want to duck behind them. Even still, I'm going to get hit. But they don't have great vitality. So that's one benefit we have. Oh gosh. Is that they don't last long. Once you hit them, they're more or less down for the count. Also, I don't think they're affected. I pray they're not affected by necromancers. So these guys, you actually don't need the divine enchantment to keep them down. These guys you do. The archers you do. All right, let's take this carefully, because I'm pretty sure that the pyromancy is going to hurt me a pretty good deal. Let's try a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay. Can accept that. If nothing else, it'll give us the time to solo out this guy, take him down, and by the time they're back up, we can focus on them individually. Ooh. Oh god, a little camera craziness there. Ooh! Yes! Oh, that's what I wanted. Very nice. You don't need your spine, it's holding you back. I love skeleton jokes. Alright. Take care of this floating head. Head that's eternally screaming. And then we got 3 more bone wheels we see. So we wanna try and keep them one at a time. If they run into your shield, they can just keep rolling right through it. Not as in roll through it and damage you, but they can really wreck your stamina bar very, very quickly. Especially if there's more than one. I mean, that'll do it to you very quickly. I think the Baldur shield, one of the reasons it's one of the better shields is because it has really good stability. So I think that's probably helping us in this case. But yeah. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, maybe they're not as bad on the damage as I thought they were. I don't know. Maybe I judged the bone wheel skeletons wrong. Or at least in this part. If they overwhelm you, you'll die really, really quick. But I think I think as long as you approach them carefully, try not to get hit by more than one at a time, you'll be more or less okay. So I want to establish something here before we backtrack a little bit. There's this wall here. Interestingly, we can hear somebody hammering away inside, but we cannot ourselves enter. At least I don't believe there's a way to enter from this angle. So let's go find out how we can get in there, because there's a very particular way in there. And that's a pretty important figure. He can offer us some pretty good services if we can find him. By the way, you can see right here, this is where we drop down to fight the Black Knight Great Axe guy. And right through this wall here is the ladder that leads down to where we were fighting the archers and the necromancer. So just trying to get your headspace updated to like what we're doing. I know I'm probably cutting around a little bit, so don't want to confuse you too much on the geography. Alright, all the way back up here. Quite a ways to go, am I right? But this is the way we have to go to access whatever's behind that wall, whoever's hammering away. We gotta go approach him this way. So you remember this spiraling staircase leading down. Let's unlock the doorway leading to that one bonfire back where we were before. And we're just gonna drop off here. I don't think you want to roll because you can actually bounce off the rock above here, and that's bad news. You can potentially survive a drop here, but it's not good business. It's a pretty nasty affair. So go here, get a green Titanite shard, drop down once more. You see there's a hole in the ceiling of this little chamber. So we drop down and
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
so that's quite some audio there. This is Vamos, the skeleton blacksmith, and right there you saw. I knew about that skeleton, like he had dropped down before us, so I figured we were gonna run into him, but yeah. Fortunately not too bad. See, Vamos has his little improvised blacksmith shop here. He's got the irons nice and hot in here. He's using the tomb chambers, the coffins. He's a fun guy. Also, I don't know what's going on with like his facial hair, his skeletal facial hair. Like, I don't know if he had like a Cthulhu thing going on or what. Vamos is a funny guy, so let's talk to him a little.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
See, what I want to know is, I want to know if they went with that as an artistic choice of how a skeleton would sound with vocal cords, or if, like, the guy recording the dialogue just had a really bad mic, like, the audio got corrupted. I don't know. I kind of feel like it might have been intentional, but it's so scratchy. And, you know, in that way, probably fitting. But we can buy Titanite shards from Homeward Bones. Probably just snaps them off himself. Here you go, have some Homeward Bones. And he sells us some arrows, some bolts. But primarily, Vamos's thing is fire. He can ascend your weapons to be imbued with fire damage. So fire, you get a large fire ember later on, and then also chaos ember, which fire and chaos are two different things. I think that should be mentioned, and this becomes more important as the series goes on. You know, fire itself can be sort of a pure thing, but when brought out of control, it becomes something entirely different, and that has a lot to do with the Witch of Izalith, and I'm not going to get into all of it now, because it's pretty... It gets into some weird, complex areas that I don't even know all about myself, but let's talk to him a little more.
I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat.
Okay.
I've told you, I'm here for the trade, not for the talk.
Very apparently so.
Enough with your presence. It disturbs me.
I mean, that's a pretty fitting reaction to the horror.
Well, you are a persistent one, are you not? But I'm afraid I'm a mere blacksmith. It's just me and my trade. I would be of no help to a righteous warrior such as yourself.
A little snarky there.
I've told you I have nothing to discuss. If I have anything to offer, it's my smithing and nothing more. I'd be of more help with that ember from New London, of course. It's a shame the whole place was flooded.
Ah, he mentions an ember from New Londo.
I've told you I have nothing to discuss. If I have anything to... Speaking honestly, I must say that I'm at my very limit. There's no more work to be done. Unless I have the flame of that legendary witch. But that will require a visit to Lost Isolith. Impossible.
So he hints at, you know, we're very persistent to be talking to him this much, but he does mention 2 embers. And sorry I skipped that one line of dialogue. It was pretty much a repeat of the first line. I thought it was the same dialogue.
I've told you I have nothing. If I have anything to offer,
Yeah.
speaking honestly, but that...
Alright, so that's all we got from Vamos for now.
If that'll be all, then be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
And just to check if there's anything else.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
Okay.
Well, what was that about? Don't be coming around here without a good reason.
So he's very quick to aggravate. He doesn't like people interrupting his smith work. So we'll leave him alone. We'll let our ears recover a little bit. And hey, there's an item up there. I wonder how we get to it. So a lot of up and down in the catacombs, am I right? It's a little crazy trying to get everything done down here. It's just a lot of areas that can only be accessed from sort of one-way drops. And that's really why I wanted to take care of the bone wheel skeletons first, because otherwise we would have had to drop down into probably an uncomfortable area in order to do that. Also, we were speaking about shortcuts. You know, why the heck not? Hopefully I don't die to this, but... And I'm not talking about this jump here. That's a pretty quick and easy shortcut. You can pretty much just run out this entryway and then jump over that gap straight down there and skip this whole kind of loop around. And there's quite a lot of skeletons in that area, so it is worthwhile to do so if you're alright making that little jump there. But the one I wanted to show you guys is coming from right here. Just want to make sure nobody's... Yeah, the skeleton's eyeing me funny. And that one missed his jump. But, so from that bonfire over here, if we come out on this bridge... Oop, he didn't make the jump. If we sort of curve over to the side here and drop down, I thought you might need to jump, but honestly, doesn't look like you need to, because you might overstep it. Yeah, you can just drop straight down here. So pretty much once you get to where Patches first appears and you pull this lever, as long as Patches isn't there to pull it again on you, you can really speed through the catacombs, as long as you don't really care about the loot down here, because there's quite an abundance. There's a lot of good stuff to get. So let's very, very gently drop off here. There's a few things to get, and I don't want to miss, so I have to run back up. So there you go. Make sure you have close to a full health bar there. Just be safe about it. And we get the large soul. And hey, who's this sexy guy? Look at that club. Paladin Leeroy. Get in my world, man. So yeah, Paladin Leeroy is he's a man to aspire after. At least in terms of, I mean, check out that beauty. Just a slab of rock attached to a stick. Like, that's a man's mace right there. That's the kind of mace we want to wield. And he has this shield right here, which I believe is one of the shields that got in the game as a contest winner. There was a shield contest where fans of the Souls games, or I guess just Demon Souls at that point, submitted designs and they got in the game. And there's quite a few of them. I haven't pointed any out. I think you get more towards late game, but I'll try and point out as many as I can. If anybody else knows any other shields, please point them out in the comments or wherever you feel like. So But yeah, that shield's cool because it gives him health over time, I believe. I think it's an HP over time sort of thing. Just like 1 or 2 points, so it's not that significant, especially in Dark Souls, but yeah. And then right here, we got the priest stuff. And you saw right there, we actually didn't start out with a piece of that. There is a priest hat. Kind of a funny little cap there. Yeah, let's wear it. Why not? It's for fun. Or no. Got the Katarina helm. Why would I wear anything else? There. Now we're an onion. This is my usual style. I'm probably gonna take it off eventually because, you know, gotta be able to look upon the beauty of the horror, but just grant me it for now, you know. So, you coming with us? Yeah. So yeah, Paladin Leeroy. And the weapon he's wielding is the Grunt, if I didn't mention it already. It has some really neat special effects to it. Or just one in particular, but anyways. Boss fight. Or, oh, I'm sorry. Not boss fight yet. We have to trail a little bit down the way. So, I want you guys to recall the statues we've been seeing throughout the catacombs, at least the upper parts. The ones that have been sort of spitting spikes out at us, and also the ones that haven't been, because they each had their own distinct masks. There were 3 in total. This is Pinwheel. Pinwheel's a joke. Just by the amount of damage. He does have... If this fight lasts long enough, Pinwheel can become very dangerous. Just because of the fact that it can clone itself. But you can destroy the clones with just pretty much one solid attack to him. Look at that damage! Leeroy, you're crazy! By the rite of kindling, you may now kindle beyond the normal limit. So we got the rite of kindling there. That's actually what the clerics were seeking on their way down here. So what that means is, you know how we can kindle bonfires and it gives us 10 Estus flasks instead of just 5? We can now do that up to 20. So essentially it increases the amount of health we can, or amount of healing we can administer to ourselves on any given run. Granted, we have the humanity to offer, and it's good stuff. And right there we got the Mask of the Child. Let's take a look at this. It's down here. I get that look all the time, as Solaire might say. So yeah, the masks are interesting. Each of them has a very significant effect, and Pinwheel has a chance to drop any of those 3 masks. The Mask of the Child, which we're wearing here, the Mask of the Mother, and the Mask of the Father, or, as it's better known, the Legend, or Giant Dad, the legend never dies, etc., so on and so forth. Well, you know, what is it? That sort of thing. So, these masks, I think they're more hilarious than anything. They have some great effects. This one in particular gives you stamina recovery speed. The Father's Mask gives you equip load. It improves your equip load. And then the Mask of the Mother gives you, I think, increased health by a slight amount. So, here we got a sack on our head. We have so much headwear that we're like behind on because we had that egg head on for so long. Got a lot of catching up to do, so just wear the gargoyle helmet. So let's check out the Rite of Kindling, since we got that. That's under key items. Right here. Rite which boosts bonfires even further. This secret rite allows bonfires to be bolstered further with kindling so that even more Estus can be collected. Kindling was a sacred rite passed down among clerics, but all undead can imitate the process, in the same manner that they restore their hollowing with humanity. How peculiar that humans had found little use for humanity until they turned undead. So it's kind of funny. Humanity has only become useful once you're no longer human. You've become an undead and exiled from humanity. Do I really have... Oh, I guess we were killing the Titanite demons down in Suns. Let's put on the Chloranthy ring. Got that nice minty green aura around us now. So yeah, this is the Tomb of the Giants. It's not very well lit, and we can't even access the latter parts of it anyway, so I'm not going to stick around down here. Also something important we got was the Skull Lantern a little while ago. The Skull Lantern of the Catacombs Necromancer droops from his long beard locks. This lantern lights the Tomb of the Giants, Nito's light-devouring domain of death. Also serves as a fire-damage strike weapon. So, if we get this out here, we can shield with it, or the same button you use to shield illuminates the area around you with the Skull Lantern. And as it says, you can also bash people with it, and that does some fire damage. So, if you hold it in your weapon hand, let me see if it does anything different. I don't think you can use it as a lantern. Yeah. It pretty much only has that one singular attack, so it's really not meant as a weapon hand tool. It's really just meant to light the way. So you can see, it is quite helpful in this area. You can also use magic, sorcery, cast light, and that'll help you out here. There's a couple ways you can get through the Tomb of Giants. There's even a piece of head where you get from Lost Izalith, which helps a lot, the Sunlight Maggot. But that's for later. And yeah. So we got the Soul of a Proud Knight. This drops us back out in the Catacombs, so we don't have to worry about going through the Tomb of the Giants at all yet. We'll do that separately. We'll do that another episode. But for now, we got done with Sen's Fortress. We got done with the Catacombs, more or less completely. We'll probably be back to talk with Vamos. But yeah, we did our co-op session with Paladin Leeroy, so we'll be seeing him again later, albeit under different circumstances. So yeah, I'm gonna skip back up to Firelink Shrine and Sen's Fortress, and maybe I might just end this episode here. But yeah, next episode we'll head to Anor Londo and just dedicate the whole episode proper to the first leg of that area, and probably an optional area involving the peculiar doll that we picked up from Northern Undead Asylum. So, I love the view of the Great Hall we can see from up here. It's the top of the tree, and then down below Blighttown. I think I mentioned this before. I still think it's cool though, just that interconnectivity. A little fun fact about Petrus. He has, I believe, an unobtainable through normal means armor set. Vince and Nico actually had different sets to him. They're very similar, but he has the Dark Cleric set, or something to that effect. It's like the Dark Cleric set or the Black Cleric set. No, the Black Cleric is actually Oswald's. Oswald of Kareem, the Pardoner. He has the Black Cleric set, but, yeah, whatever Petrus has, it's actually its own unique set that you can't get. It does exist and it can be worn, like it's in the game files as a wearable thing, but there's no place that it drops, I believe, for us, or at least if I'm recalling right. This is like really old information that I'm remembering, so yeah, hopefully it's accurate. Okay, leveling up a little bit more. Gonna put the vitality to 20 like we said, and strength's gonna go up to 27. Still not quite where we need to be, but getting close. Getting closer. Alright, we're almost to the end now, so I just wanted to start talking about this. We really don't get a good chance to discuss it, since it's such a quick boss fight, especially with Paladin Leeroy being the damage-dealing beast that he is. But Pinwheel is a great character in this game. I wish I wish there was more to his fight, because, like, he's really deserving of it. But yeah, he doesn't last very long. Everything from the lore about Pinwheel to the music of his fight is just, I don't know. I find it really, really interesting. Let me see if we can find anything about him from the Mask of the Child. One of the 3 masks of the Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Grave Lord, that being Nito, and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask, belonging to the naive child, slightly raises stamina recovery speed. So, at least from there, it doesn't give us a lot of clues into this, but it tells us that the Pinwheel is a necromancer who, sort of... Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, no! Oh, it queued up. No! That was the weirdest death ever. Of course we couldn't go a full episode without dying stupidly. Alright, well, while I get that back, or I hope I can get it back, basically Pinwheel was a necromancer. I think it's implied that his wife and child, I think they died, or there was something going on with them, and he was experimenting to bring them back. That's why he needed all these dead bodies. He's kind of experimenting, and, you know, we find him in the Catacombs with all of these dead bodies. He's kind of looking at a skeleton with the dark sign in its forehead you see in that beginning cutscene. So basically what's going on is Pinwheel is the whole family in one body. Or at least they're sort of in the same form. I think there's some concept art that shows them sort of the mother and the child crouched on the back of the father. And, yeah, so they're all together, and they're sort of this, I don't know, just this mishmash of their bodies. And, I don't know, it's hard to articulate, especially because I'm just trying to get to the bonfire here. When I'm at the bonfire, I'll probably explain it better, but... So he takes some power from Gravelord Nito. He's got the skeletons going on. The Catacombs, the early part of the Catacombs, are essentially his domain. And through some means, he was experimenting with the dead. I assume it's because he wanted to resurrect his wife and son, maybe. Maybe they were just involved and somehow some freak accident happened. They're suddenly one being. But his purpose becomes to perform a different type of experiment on the dead of the Catacombs and try and separate him and his family into their original forms again. Unfortunately, he fails at this, and this ties into the mechanic where he creates copies of himself. He can perform a magic to clone himself, essentially, and make more pinwheels, but he can't separate his family from him, and so they can, you know, find rest or whatever. So he's essentially trapped in one form, his family as one being, and I'm not explaining this well. Please just go watch a lore video instead of listening to me blither on about it. But I mean, the subtle details, and even down to the music in the fight, if I played a clip of it here, you'd hear, I think, I mean, I'm probably reading too much into it, but you can hear this chanting, this very deep chanting. It almost sounds like the father is saying, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And, yeah, Pinwheel's a sad boss. The elements are there. Like, I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but you can understand, like, why, even being this really pushover boss, and, like, in terms of the gameplay, he doesn't make much of a lasting impression at all. His existence in the world feels significant in that he leads his own tragic story, and, you know, the fact that we're coming along and killing him to, for our own greater good and for the good of the world is, like, I don't know. That's the primary part of it, but the secondary part is what really makes it interesting and what really makes you feel bad about, you know, killing this guy. This actually isn't a bad look. I kind of miss the purple hair, but we'll see. Alright, next time, guys, we'll go to Anne Orlando. Thank you for watching. Sorry if this went on a little too long. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.